Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. It is Monday night, and we have a surprise guest and live stream for you about how to find the best bullion deals. We are talking with Stormy from Empire Precious Metals, and not only Empire Precious Metals, the YouTube channel, but EmpirePreciousMetals.com. And so, welcome, Stormy.
What's going on, Sal?
Good to see you. Now, for those of you who don't know, I've known Stormy for 4 minutes now, and I've enjoyed every single second of my time getting to know Stormy. And so, no, I'm kidding. We've known each other a long time. And we're here to talk a little bit about how you can find some good deals on precious metals, not just from your favorite bullion dealers, but there's other avenues that you can use as well. And you're very experienced at that, Mr. Stormy.
One would think. I like to think that I am.
Very good, very good. Welcome to everybody that's joining us, by the way. So most of you know that when you buy precious metals, typically you know all of the big names. You have, APMEX, Provident Metals, JM Bullion, Bull Precious Metals, Monument Metals. The list goes on and on and on. And there's more that seem to be coming online here as of late. And there are plenty of good deals that can be had there by, well, you can sign up to their email list to see the deals that come through. And I highly advise you to do that. But we know there's other places to find really good deals as well. And Stormy actually posted a poll earlier about where you can find some good deals. And it seems like the majority think that, hey, your local coin shop is one good place to find a good deal. And I agree with that. So how would you read into that? What would you assess from that, Stormy?
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because I forgot to check the poll because I've been running around like crazy here. But it's actually right now, this poll is dead even. Essentially, local coin shop, 37% of the people chose that. 38% chose the online retailer.
Okay.
Which is interesting, being that a lot of people will typically say that the local coin shop is the best avenue to go, hands down. Because if you think about it, you could really build a rapport with somebody in person. You get to know them, you hang out for a little bit. And over time, essentially they'll be able to help you get what you want, or they'll be able to get you things for cheaper than you typically can do online. And a lot of times too, depending on your local coin shop, sometimes you can say, hey, APMEX is selling XYZ coin for this amount. Any chance you could at least just like match it, and a lot of times they'll do it. eBay, 15%. And then social media sellers and social media, the deals group, 5% apiece. So yeah. I've found that local coin shops are really good to work with. It's just that over time, my situation has changed a little bit where I tend to work with wholesalers now more. And a lot of local coin shops, they tend to, get a lot of their stock from wholesalers and also other dealers, and then people that bring stuff into their shops over the counter. But how about yourself? What have you found to be the best way to get deals?
Yeah, I tend to just shop around too. I look at online. I do sign up for the email list as well. Some of them go in the spam folder. You have to watch out for that. Make sure to add them as a safe sender. But yeah, I also find that for the local coin shops that I have in my area, I will actually call them and say, hey, can you match this price? And sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. I remember when I cashed out my IRA, actually. My local coin shop was not able to match those prices because I really wanted to buy from them. But so sometimes it can happen, sometimes not. As far as those two avenues, local coin shop versus online bullion dealers. Now, the other options that are available that Stormy mentioned here are eBay and social media, peer-to-peer transactions. Those are a little riskier, right?
I mean, I would say they're risky if you, number one, don't know what you're doing when it comes, like if you're an actual buyer, like your viewers that are on right now, if they are buyers looking to buy from someone off of social media, they have to be careful if they don't know the person. Because sometimes what ends up happening is you know, platforms like mine and others that are well established and have been around for years, those are by and large, those are safe, right? People know those people. They've been around. They're content creators on YouTube or on Instagram or on TikTok. Those are fine. But what happens is sometimes you will get people that are newer to dealing precious metals. They'll start, you know, doing sales posts and everything like that. Maybe they get in over their head. Maybe they are trying to sell things at a loss to try to attract people. And sometimes they just kind of fold and go by the wayside. And I've seen situations where people don't either do their due diligence in researching the actual seller, and they lose their money. They do a sale, or they send the person money, and the person just ghosts them. And then you get the scammers. And I've talked about this. Guido Stackin has talked about it. Some of the other big YouTube content creators have spoken about these scammers that will post something like an American Silver Eagle. And right now, what are Eagles going for? Like $31, more or less, right? $30, depending.
Right. I haven't checked lately, but that sounds about right.
Yeah, like around 30, right? And then they'll post them for like $26 or $25. Like deals that are, you know, in your gut, they're a little too good to be true, but they're not quite that good enough where it's not feasible. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
They're getting a little bit savvy now. They also take a lot of online social media sellers' pictures. Silver Seeker just did a video the other day. I had no idea, but he came across a video that there was a scammer trying to, you know, say that they were selling precious metals, and they took clips from him, took clips from me, and video clips from a couple other content creators, passing it off as if it were their own, in the hopes that people would send them money and, you know, essentially get screwed out of that money. So you have to be careful, and you have to know who you are buying from.
That's very important. And sometimes, even if it seems like it'd be a really good deal and it's believable, but just a little bit on that edge, it's better to go with the safe bet in those cases. And that's what I wanted to kind of go to next. You have these auctions, and there's a lot of channels doing auctions now, and I don't want to necessarily pick any favorites here, but I know you're one of those that do them. And and there are some, and people, the criticisms of some of the auctions that we've seen is, well, people get in there and they start bidding, and it's about a competition, so it's going to jack up the price. But a lot of that is for some of the collectible stuff. But there are ways to get even deals there on actual auction sites for bullion, believe it or not. And and Stormy does that from time to time, actually. But it is a lot about the kind of the more better bullion and the collectible stuff for the most part. But you can find deals there too if it's the right place.
Correct. And I would say too, you know, if you want to go back, because you said we were friends now for 4 minutes, and if you go back to, you know, essentially, really, those of you that are watching, Sal and I have known each other now for over 4 years. And that's about when I started doing auctions. That's, I know, when Guido was doing auctions. You had other channels like Ravenhawk Coin, Silver Seeker, and Rob Finds Treasure. Essentially, those, I think those are like the main like 5 that started doing auctions. Over time, you definitely saw more and more people getting into it because they see the prices at which precious metals can go for, collectibles and things like that. I mean, I've had some astronomical auctions occur during my stream, and some of the people that are in the chat now, some of them may have been on there. I mean, I had a coin that was a $35 coin. There was nothing really special about it. It was something that you could have gotten off of like Bold Precious Metals, and the coin ended up selling for $2,000. And the reason it sold for $2,000 is because you had a couple of people who were big supporters of the channel. And there does come a point where there's sometimes people that are in there, and there is that ego that plays a part in it. And they were just going toe to toe to see like who was going to be the one that, essentially like a game of chicken, who was going to bow out first. But a lot has changed since then, right? Again, we're talking 4 years ago. Now you have channels, essentially it feels like a lot of the stacking channels almost have an auction. You know what I mean? Like they start out and they're like, you know what? I'm also going to do an auction too. There's so many, just on YouTube alone, I'm speaking about so many YouTube channels that do auctions now. But then you also have Instagram, you have Facebook. I know that eBay is piloting some actual live sales because of the
Whatnot.
app Whatnot. Yeah, exactly. So eBay thought Whatnot, like, well, they're not going to do anything to our market share. Lo and behold, Whatnot ends up becoming $1 billion company over the time of the pandemic. And so eBay's like, well, crap, we miscalculated here. We underestimated them. So eBay's trying to do it. So you have a lot of people on Whatnot, and then you have Drip. So all of these different sales platforms, TikTok, all these different sales platforms have definitely helped spur a lot more competition. And it's caused some auctions to go by the wayside, and it's caused others, such as mine and others, to have to pivot, change the model, do things differently in order to survive. So to your point, yes, you can get deals. Granted, there are going to be times where people are just bidding stuff for the sake of bidding, to try to beat someone out of a particular item that they really want, or they're trying to show support to a channel. But yeah, you can actually get deals from time to time on the auctions. Oftentimes, I'll start things off at $1, and I was telling you the other night, like I'm hanging on to my mouse and I'm like white knuckling it because here's an item that I spent wholesale $95 and the bid's at 32, and I'm like, oh my god, please, for the love of God, somebody please bid a little higher at least.
Right. There's a risk. And then, of
Terry
course,
and Terry, real quick, Terry 79, she's in here, and she has seen, she loves to comment and torment me. She's been on the auction where I've put something at $1 and like somebody bids it to like 3, and then she laughs. She thinks it's hysterical that that stuff is going for cheap.
and by the way,
So
we're glad the audience is here. Stick around because we're going to take questions from you guys here later
yes,
on.
yes,
So just
indeed.
stick around. But yeah, so it just gives you another option. Another, I think the thing is utilizing the community resources. I think is what we're kind of getting at here. There are ways to find the deals out there, and of course, community resources can mean the auction sites, and especially with how Stormy has changed his model there, but also if there's any selling that's going on within the community that's trusted. I know that before Instagram came along, and Instagram kind of is the place to go to buy from community members, right? That's kind of where it's kind of evolved. But
Yeah,
before we had something called Stackerville. It was a channel where they had people get together. It was a YouTube channel where they basically said, "Hey, this is where you're going to post your sales in the comment sections," and then people would buy, and the people were vetted in a different way. It really wasn't quite as foolproof or as I think how things are done in Instagram now. But nonetheless, it's
yeah.
interesting how it's evolved though. But
Yeah, the one thing too, like Instagram, going back to what you and I were talking about being careful. Instagram is where I've seen the majority of the scams occur. If it's not somebody taking pictures of my page and posting it as their own, you
right.
sometimes will see it from other big pages that you follow saying, beware of this person. This is not me. They're taking my content. They're posting it as if it's their own. So I see more scams happening there. You don't really see it on YouTube. And I think the main reason being is the people that are doing the auctions on YouTube, reputation is everything. And, for the people that are doing it as a business, such as myself, Guido, I know that Silver Seeker, Silver Dragons does it also as a business. Like, reputation is everything. And you're not really going to get scammed with the YouTuber, right? Like we're public facing, our reputation's on the line. We want the community members to have the best interaction as possible. Instagram is in my opinion not as personal. Do you know what I mean? Like you
Right,
have more
right.
interaction on a live stream on YouTube. I mean, you've been on mine. You've had some raids where you've come over to my channel, and you see like there's a lot of interaction, joking around.
Right.
And
Right.
people are there week in and week out. They come in once a week.
It's part of
It's
the
like
experience, right?
it's their experience, and you do build up a community. You see people talking, and they're like, "Oh, how's your mom doing? Hope she's okay." Like people get to know. It's like Cheers. Like people get to know each other. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is one of the side benefits from it. But yeah, and so I mean, there's different ways, and I think it's just a matter of waiting for the items to be listed that are the bullion pieces, and I think that's and then getting the community and the like. But can you think of any other areas? I know that we had mentioned in our private conversations before, and I've mentioned it on my channel too.
Yeah.
FindBullionPrices.com
Yeah.
is one resource. There's another community member, actually, Louis Silver, has just created a website that I think is going to be updated more regularly because the Find Bullion Prices website, at least from my experience, doesn't have all the latest deals. And so I don't know how often it's updated, and it's rather limited. But there is another website coming by a member of the community who's going to be retiring from his work soon. I think it's like gooddealsbullion.com or something like that. If you go to Louis Silver's channel, you'll be able to see it. But that is one avenue and resource you can use because go
Do
ahead.
you remember? Do you remember back in the day, Stacking Nerd?
Yes, that's right. Yes, yes,
Do you remember? She used to be essentially like your daily
yes.
deals update.
Yep.
And I remember I would watch her channel because I was like, okay, where can I find, I don't know, a quarter-ounce gold eagle for cheap? And she
Right.
would have like all the deals.
Yep.
Going to your point about Find Bullion Prices, I typically use Find Bullion Prices when I'm trying to show people on my stream, here's all of the online retailers and where they are right now with the price on, Britannia's. Here's what my price is, I've tried actually reaching out to Find Bullion Prices because I said to them, listen, I use your site a lot and I talk about your site quite a bit. Maybe there's something we could do collaboratively. Maybe 2 weeks later, I heard something from them like, yeah, we could do something. What were you thinking? And I responded, I never heard back.
I find that a lot with things, people that contact, and yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, well, there's another website coming out, and as I think it's just to be on the lookout for those types of things. There's a, because you have to find that happy medium between who is trustworthy or what site is trustworthy, what bullion dealer is what trustworthy, and the best price, because sometimes the best price isn't always the
right.
It's not going to be ideal, and it's going to be much more of a headache, especially if you have a very poor service and the like. But yeah.
Yep. And oftentimes too, when you think about like just social media people, also a lot of them are small businesses. And so if you think about oftentimes people that will go into the auctions, they may bid on a coin, maybe bid a little bit higher or whatever, but they're doing it almost like a tip, like a super chat, but they're getting something in return.
Right.
So, that's another thing that people often say, like, you'll have somebody that's new to an auction. They'll be like, oh, why are you paying, $43 for that? And somebody will be like, because it's like a tip, but I'm also getting a coin out of it. And they're like, oh, that's a good idea.
I mean, there's some community like Coin Crew. They've got his own shop, and I think he does auctions as well too. And so some of these people, that is their business is actually, and they started out as community members, but they just happen to own a local coin shop. Whereas you created it, you basically started, that was a secondary thing, and now you have your own bullion website. And your website, EmpirePreciousMetals.com, you sell mostly sort of the more semi-collectible coins, or mostly collectible type modern coins, right?
Yes, semi-numismatic stuff. I'm a big believer in semi-numismatic stuff because, it's not just because I sell this stuff. Really, what it is that they have like this level of protection when it comes to the fluctuation in spot prices. So if you think about like a silver bar, just like a generic 5-ounce silver bar or silver buffalo rounds or whatever, you're buying that because you're buying it for the weight. You're trying to get something that's cheap. You're trying to stack for the weight, kind of like the stuff you have on your, you've got the kilo bar. So you're stacking for the weight. But the thing is, you've seen people say, "Oh, I bought silver, when it was $48 back in 2011, and I've lost money since because it's never kind of hit those prices again." Semi-numismatic coins, what they have going for them is that they have the collectability aspect and they have limited mintage numbers. So people are going to buy those coins, number one, because it's a precious metal, but also because it's something to collect. And sometimes these coins on the secondary market, I mean, you go on eBay, sometimes some of these coins can go for ridiculous amounts. Like think about like the Marvel coins, like a Spider-Man or whatever. At one point, Spider-Man coins, there were only 50,000 that were minted, and they were going for like 200, 210, 220 a piece when they released at $30, $32 each. So semi-numismatic stuff is essentially my wheelhouse.
Right. Yeah, that's nice. And sometimes, you probably as a somebody who deals with other local coin shops because you've interviewed them. Sometimes you probably speak to this. You can find a good deal on a semi-numismatic. Well, I don't like to use the term semi-numismatic because either something is numismatic or it's not. But but I like to see some of these better bullion pieces. Sometimes some of these local coin shops don't know what they have or don't care what it is. So
they don't.
You
They're
can
just
buy it
moving
for
it
cheap.
for weight.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard your interview the other day when you said it's it's either numismatic or it's not. Yeah, that's a different debate. I would argue that you're incorrect on that one, but that's for another debate.
That's what she
for
said.
Another time. That's what she said.
Yes,
yeah,
indeed. All right.
But just curious, what do you have? That gold, was that a proof?
Yeah, this is a proof $5 commemorative George Washington commemorative.
Oh, a quarter.
Yeah, quarter of a.
Oh, I've never seen that one.
Yeah, that came out.
Did you?
1999.
Did you end up getting the commemorative, Standing Liberty, the Merc,
Yes.
and the okay?
Yes, I did get those. Those are
sweet. I know. I've had them, and I've sold them, and then I bought them again because I regretted it, and then I sold them again. And so now that's part of one of the problems of being a dealer is that sometimes certain things you just can't let go.
Yep.
I don't get too attached, but those are beautiful. That's cool. Do you have the JFK?
Yes, I do. Yes.
How about
I recently just got that. In fact, I've got all of the copies of all the previous coins that the U.S. Mint has ever done.
You need to do a separate video. You probably have. I mean, you have 6,500 videos, but you need to do like a revisit to that.
Yeah, I probably will show that whole collection after maybe in 2024 when they do the supposed high relief gold coin of the 1794 dollar.
Okay,
it's gonna be released next year.
That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be kind of interesting to see how that comes out. But yeah.
Quick question for you too, since we were asking about those. Do you have the buffaloes that were all different fractional sizes?
I have the 10th and the quarter. I don't have the half.
Man, you do.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
In fact, I got the quarter ounce at the Baltimore Coin Show in 2008 for $389, I think is what it went for.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I got it because I knew I couldn't afford the full ounce, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get the one that's closest to nickel size as possible, and that was it. But yeah, those 2008 fractionals are just they're something else, and they've done very well in the secondary market. But a lot of times, some of those coins, some of the better bullion pieces, like for instance, they were all the rage back in 2014 and 2015. Is when we had the Gods of Olympus high relief antique coins that came out back then. Now they've done so many different variations and versions of them, but the originals were all the rage, and I held on to them.
I know. I remember. Do you remember you called me and asked me if there was something we could do with them?
Yeah. I ended up selling them for a loss years later, and
it happens.
That's just the name of the game. But anyway,
it is, and that's the other thing too. I mean, there's times where I've sold things at a loss, just knowing that you just need to move it.
Yep.
And you need to get that cash back so you can use it towards other things and make up your money on other items.
Right.
You
Yep.
know?
And I typically don't sell, much of my collectibles or anything anyway, because I want to keep most of them. But those are just like, and I kind of bought them just to kind of see what they would do. They were kind of neat, but they just took up a lot of space. But as far as the bullion deals, though, I think we have demonstrated to the viewers here that yeah, indeed, you can find the deals out there, and there's other maybe non-traditional avenues, but very trustworthy avenues, such as some of the auction sites.
Yes.
But hold on one second. Let's see what the scammer has to say about precious metal bullion deals. Hello? Hello?
Hello, may I speak with the owner of this business, please?
I'm the owner of the business. How may I help you today?
Great, sure. My name is Mark. I'm calling with Synergy Finance. Basically, sir, we are offering a business capital where business collateral needed. And, sir, bad credit also doesn't matter.
My credit doesn't
So in
matter?
that moment,
It doesn't
yes,
matter about
sir.
my credit?
Sir, we have a 85% of asset ratio. So you don't have to wait for that because we are offering a, no cost obligation offer where you can take a look on our offer and then you might, sir, if you want to take it.
Well, I
take
do.
it.
I have a
If you
business.
don't-
I toss drawers for a living. Short people, midgets. And so I need to get funding in order to feed them. I have to feed them. I have to give them food, okay? And
Bathe them too.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, and bathe them. I also need to bathe them. We can't forget bathing them because they can't have them stinking up the place. You understand that, right?
Uh-huh.
In order so that I know you actually understand that, I want you to repeat back to me. We do not want them to stink up the place. So I know you understand.
Mm-hmm.
Say it, sir. Say the words. We don't want them to stink up the place, so that I know you understand. Sir, you've got to say
Totally
it.
understandable.
What? Say it. Go ahead. I need you to speak the words.
Well,
Speak the words. Speak it. Speak it, you muttered the chode. Do you understand what I'm saying?
sounds like very frustrated, sir.
I am very frustrated because you're not speaking. I don't feel like you're understanding me. I don't feel like I'm being listened to. I need to be validated, and I need you to speak the words that we do not want them to stink. Tell me that.
Sir, do you need money?
I need
can
money,
help you
but
out
before
with
there's something more important than money, and that's a good smell. So I need you to sell. I need you to say that the drawers are stinking up the joint, and I need funding to wash them. Do you understand that? And then we're gonna find a good deal on a silver eagle. Oh, he hung up before I could get the words out about the silver eagle.
How do you know every time you know me well. Every time you get one of those calls, I'm always telling you to do something that has to relate to dwarves.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
I hope none of them are watching, but anyway.
I mean, listen, I mean, they might be,
but no offense to any of them,
No, they've got reason to live. Yeah. So like, actually, this is a video clip I'm going to be using for like my upcoming auction.
Oh, right.
Speaking of which.
Oh boy! All right.
Oh God.
Oh
so
boy.
Anyhow.
Yes.
So,
well, I tell you what. What do you think? Should we take some questions from the
We should,
folks?
but I wanted to tell you there was somebody in here that said that they have the half-ounce gold buffalo, and so I was like, "Oh, you should sell it to you." It was his guy's name was like Joey Lib or something like that.
Oh wow! Is it
So
the
I
proof?
was like,
well, they made an uncirculated version, and that's actually worth some money as well. But I'm looking for the proof version, and actually, I do need the 1 ounce version too. But I think they're both very expensive. Probably going to be outside of my budget. But anyways, yes, indeed.
But yeah, you could take some questions.
Yeah,
this is your show.
If you have a question for a stacking stormtrooper, I mean, a Stormy,
Whatever you want to call me, buddy.
Just type in S in a capital letter and then a colon, and then type your question so we know it's for him. Okay? S and then a colon, and not that kind of colon, but not a semicolon, but a full-blown colon, and then ask your question, and we can see it and we'll read it there, okay? Or you can type his name out, Empire Precious Metals, but that's kind of long to do. But,
Just do Stormy.
Or just Stormy, but an S and then
you're
a
making
colon.
it complicated for them. You're like, do an S colon /.
Yeah, right. Exactly. We don't want that. All right, here we go. Okay, JM Unleashed. Is Sal your father?
Sal is not my father. Sal is just a guy who I started following on YouTube when I started getting into stacking. And I don't know, you and I I remember watching your stuff real early on. And I remember when you were doing the like, hey, does somebody want to come on and read comments with me? You're free to come on. And then I remember I was like, oh, put me in, coach. And then you're like, all right, you can come on here. And I remember running through my house. I was like, I can't, to my wife, I'm like, I can't talk right now. I have to get on this call. It's really important. It felt like I was like on like Jimmy Fallon show or something.
Oh boy. Now it's just like, now you realize
now
it's not
just,
that. Now it's old.
Yeah. Hat. Yeah. Now it's just like, oh, it's just Sal.
That's right.
But no, Sal is not my father.
But we are going to do a DNA test just to make sure that we're
in case.
Just in case. That's right. Very good. All right. Let's see. Any other questions? A good crowd for tonight. I do appreciate you guys. We're talking about. Okay, from Nick. If you could only stack one type of gold, which size? So double questions there.
I would go with a 1/4 ounce. I feel like the 1/4 ounce is, if you can only stack one size, I would have to say a 1/4 ounce, because I feel like that's the sweet spot when it comes to most people's budgets. If you could stretch for the 1 ounce, obviously go for 1 ounce, but it seems like the most amount of people that I've seen anyway, that the 1/4 ounce is like the best bang for your buck.
All right. Very good. Chuck and Plata, Stormy, if you and Sal went for lunch for a beer, who would pay the bill?
Probably I would. I have certain ways of being able to get the person, the waiter, the server, to take my credit card and not the other individuals. I'm very sneaky. I'm very slick. So they would come back and just say, here you go, sir, and hand it to me. And then Sal would be like, oh, no, you didn't have to do that. Oh, my word. So,
all right.
You didn't have to do that.
Pirate Metals says the following. That's a good Sal impression. Do you practice it in the shower? Yes, indeed. All right.
Yes, indeed. All right. I don't, but I've been doing Sal impressions for quite a while.
He has.
I thought it would be good to call Sal and tell him I'm him from the future, and just record the whole conversation.
See, I do the slurp like this, and he does the hydro slurp.
I do the hydro slurp. It's a lot different. You got to do it like this. Oh, yes, all right.
That's pretty good. And by the way, I just subscribed to Cranky Stacker. I don't know how I missed that.
Oh, Sir Krankenstein.
Yeah. Oh, is that what they call him? Krankenstein? Cool.
I do him. I call him Cranky von Krankenstein.
Oh, boy. Nice. So check out the Cranky Stacker. Sweet Home, Pennsylvania. Why don't local dealers want to buy platinum coins? Asked Nick. That's a good question.
The local coin shops that I have worked with, I have never had that experience where they don't want to buy platinum. Most local coin shops, and again, I'm saying most, they have avenues in which they can sell all of the different metals, platinum included. So yeah, I'm not sure as to why in your area the local coin shops aren't taking platinum. Maybe they're really only dealing with, over the counter customers, and that's their main way to sell also. And platinum, in my opinion anyway, is not as popular as silver and gold. So, but I don't know why they wouldn't take them.
All right, here's Gold Chick. If you could own any coin in the world, what would it be? Ooh, that's a good question.
I know. Let me find this thing and I'll tell you. This thing is insane in the membrane. Let me see here. You can keep taking questions. I'm trying to figure out what the heck this thing
Oh,
was
that guy
called.
says if you were in a desert in a wire canoe and your left front tire blew a hole, how many pancakes would it take to patch the dog roof?
6 pancakes only.
I was going to say 7, but that's good. All
Yeah.
right.
I'm trying to find this thing. Oh man, I can't recall what it's called.
Platinum rose up more than gold and silver today, says Shiny. That's cool. Torture Tuesday. We will be back on Tuesday, Paula, for our normal madness. Yes, indeed. Very good. There you go, James. At least I like what you're saying. That would be mine, too.
There's this one coin, Sal, that for whatever reason, I can't find it now, but it's a British coin.
Okay.
And I think it was like 2 ounces, but it was like a $12,000 coin or something like that.
Wow.
Like just insane. And I remember sending a picture of it to 2is1. And I was like, 2, I was like, you have to pick up this coin, show some flex.
It's not the sunken maple leaf. That's a Canadian coin. But
no,
that's about $12,000 in a 2-ounce coin.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is.
To
crazy.
me, you got to draw a line somewhere. I mean, if you have money to burn like that, then fine, so be it. I don't even know how I would look up this gold coin. I'm like looking on AppMex because I think last I saw.
Well, look for 2-ounce coins, gold 2-ounce coins, and maybe it'll pop up.
Yeah, but I'll be there for like an hour and a half.
Okay, Nick says, what gold coins did the wise man bring to Jesus? I'm looking to buying something gold from that time period. I don't know that they bought coins. I don't think the scripture says that they were gold coins. They may have been gold jewelry, because I don't think it's specific as to what type of gold it was. But if it did say gold, if it did mention the gold, it probably would have given the denomination. But that's a good question, Nick. Definitely. Shadowwork, thank you for the super chat, by the way. The first super chat of the night, Nick, $4.99. Now, I normally would do push-ups, but I'm tethered here, so I can't really do well. But get you on those tomorrow night. Shadowwork says, favorite sovereign mint.
Favorite sovereign mint, I feel like Perth
Yeah.
seems to have the best quality.
Yeah.
I found it here. Oh my God. Well, this is the kilo version. So Gold Chick, this would be the kilo version. Sal, are you able to share your screen or pull up?
Let's see here. Let me see.
I could just move my webcam.
Yeah, move your webcam.
Them a grainy. So this thing, hang on a second. Look at that.
Wow.
The Great Britain Kilo Gold Gothic Crown. That's it. The Gold Gothic Crown.
99,700.
Yeah, that's cheap. This thing is just gorgeous. So I've seen this in the 2-ounce version.
Yeah.
But the 2-ounce version was like I said, like $12,000, and I refuse to spend 12 grand on, 2 ounces of gold.
Right. Understandable. That's cool. Shadowwork, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate that, brother. Very kind indeed. And my favorite would probably be the 10-ounce 2020 gold maple leaf. That's just a sharp looking coin. And that one would be somewhat more attainable than the 1-ton 2012 gold coin from the Perth Mint, because carrying that thing around would be very difficult to do. But yes, the 1-ton pure bullion coin. Jay Alicia just posted a link to it. That would be nice to have. But thinking about it, I would probably go with the 10-ounce gold maple leaf, probably. But the thing is, it's really tough to say. I almost think maybe the original 1907 ultra high relief gold double eagle would be a sweet coin to own too.
Yeah, that would be nice. I'm surprised you don't have it.
I have the copy, the 2009 version.
Gotcha.
Which is actually better looking technically, but and that's probably my favorite coin that I own now. But anyways, yes, indeed.
I don't know what my favorite
coin that you own now.
Yeah, because I kind of, like anything, like silver and everything, you get kind of bored after a while when you're just stacking the same thing over and over again. right? If you just keep buying, maples, or you keep buying, if you keep, I'm laughing at
And
MNs.
yes, indeed. Don't be like a jabroni. Get the rocket sandwich, you jabroni.
This is stupid.
Do you smell what the rock is a cooking?
Oh my god. I'm trying to find this one here. This one is one that I really like. Here.
I like this too. I recently got this in gold, Stormy. You haven't seen it yet, but
No, I haven't.
Several of my videos. I got a 2-ounce high relief version of this. Oh wow!
Do you have that one?
Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me enlarge this. That's what she said. Just a minute here. Okay. Oh yeah, look at that. That's Scrooge McDuck. Yeah, that's the gold. That's the 38. Is that 38 millimeters?
I think so. I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason this is one of my favorites is because when I was a kid, I remember cartoons of Scrooge McDuck just stacking tons and tons of gold coins. And I remember like wanting, seeing him jumping into pools full of gold. And I was like, oh man, that would be amazing one day. You know what I mean?
Here's the Sal round in gold.
Is that really gold?
No. Actually, Scorpion Metals made this for me. And it's brass, but he laser etched it. There. Oh yeah, look at that. You got one too. Nice. Sweet home Pennsylvania. That's nice. Wow, I like it. Austrian Stacker, thank you for the 4.99 super, €5 super chat rather. I don't have a question. Just want to tell Stormy that I missed the times when he was wearing a bucket. Can you put the bucket on for good old times?
I'm not putting the bucket on. The bucket is on display back there.
Ah, the bucket brigade is, yes indeed.
I'm just also looking if there was other comments in there. Yeah, Gold Chick liked the coin that I showed.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that is a nice coin. I have seen that one. That is cool. Not in person, but I've seen images of it. Yeah.
Bathing in coins.
All right. Martin Drab. Whoa, thank you so much. Says, thanks for your video, Sal, saying hello from Central Europe. Thank you, Martin. Wow, very kind. That's from the Czech Republic, I think. Is that what that currency is?
I would think so as well.
Yes, indeed. All right. Very, very good. And
so what are you looking to buy next?
Well, I just complained on my very low view count on my video today. I bought a 2017 Kangaroo that has some marks on it. I just got an email response from JM Boyne that said, hey, there's no problem here. That's just typical. That's typical. The scratches you're seeing on there are totally acceptable. But for the premium I paid for, they're not acceptable. So trying to work it out with them, but I may be sending it back.
Who did you buy it from?
JM Bullion.
And what did you pay? Unless you don't want to.
It was like $11.59, I think, and that's before gold went up.
When did you buy it?
Before gold went up, so it was. I forget what spot price was. I don't have it here with me right now, or the receipt here with me, but I may be sending that sucker back.
I mean. You said it's 2017.
Yeah, and I've been wanting that coin for a while, and
why?
Because I like the design. It's probably my second favorite kangaroo design.
Is he flexing? Is he like one of the kangaroos that's like, like?
No, he's hopping.
Like, come at me, bro.
Can you see the design? Are you looking at the design?
I was trying to look on one of my wholesaler sites to see if I have access to it.
It's hard to come by these days, and JM Bullion had one in stock. Okay, Shadowwork has a question.
I see it. He's like jumping.
Yeah, he's jumping. Do either of you have any crypto-linked gold or silver coins? I've seen them used as wallets and also preloaded with Bitcoin and XPR.
I have a couple that I have sold where they have like it's a silver coin, and then they do end up having like a QR code or something on there. That actually links to Bitcoin or whatever. To me, I think it's a bit gimmicky. I bought those just to sell them, just because the design of the coin was really cool. And I think I might have one or two on my website, but I don't think that those are worth getting. I think if you're going to be buying crypto, then just go and buy crypto. And then I think if you're buying silver, just go and buy silver. I don't think there's like a need to have the two smashed together.
Jackal Metal says, "Is copper bullion worth stacking?" I
No.
think we both would agree. No, not worth stacking.
No, Jackal Metals, no. A
I mean,
million times no.
if you want to buy companion pieces to some of the rounds you're getting for
Yeah.
fun, that's fine. The best way to stack copper, I've done a video about this, so several videos about this actually, is to buy pre-82 Lincoln cents. And the ones from 1982, you want to make sure you get the heavier ones. You can weigh them. Sometimes you can just tell by looking at them whether or not they are real or not. But anyways,
Yeah, I would actually, because see, to me, that's when you start getting into like the coin roll hunting.
right.
For me, it's not for me. I mean, there's a lot of people in the community that love coin roll hunting because, rainy afternoon, you could have your coffee sitting there. You're kind of looking through it, trying to find some dates and key dates and things like that. And there's like a little bit of excitement if you can come across something. I've never done it. But I understand why people do it. But for me personally, I feel like it's a little like watching paint dry.
Right.
Yeah. I'd rather just buy, if there's like a particular coin that I want, I'd rather just buy it than sifting through all the dirty money. And then you have to roll it back up. And going back to like you're saying, like buy the pre 1982, pennies, like you're talking about buying bags and bags.
Well, no, I'm not talking about buying them. Just pull them out of change.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, I mean, how much are those worth? Like 5 cents?
Well,
4
they're
cents?
worth about 3 cents, I think.
3 cents. So, I mean, it's not worth stacking, getting a whole thing of pennies. And then what, you have like 200 pennies at 3 cents a piece and you're carrying around this bag. Just buy the silver, spend the pennies.
Yeah.
They
do take up a lot of space. And so there is that as well, too.
I mean, silver, too, Jackal Metals, you'll find that, I don't know where you are in your stacking life in terms of silver, gold, copper, whatever. But I have found eventually silver stacking becomes way too cumbersome.
Yeah.
I argue that stacking silver in a way is like the gateway drug to gold. And my realization was when I remember very early in my channel, a couple of people were calling me out saying that I wasn't a stacker and all this other stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll show you. And I did a whole stack video. But I remember taking out all the silver and how long it took to get all the silver from the various hiding spots.
Yep.
And just the weight of it all. I was like, I gotta sell some of this stuff. So I actually sold a lot of my silver, and I primarily just stack gold only.
Brian, if you want to get the Celibate Metal round, it's at JM Bullion. The link should be in the description of this very live stream. And they're still available there, but yes, indeed.
And if you're plugging your rounds,
oh yeah,
if you're looking for Empire Precious Metals antiqued silver rounds, it's not really focusing, but this is the
oh, that's actual silver.
Oh yeah,
cool.
This is minted by MK Bars.
Nice. Oh, that's right. I remember seeing the video about that. That's right. Cool.
Yeah. And then the logo on the other side. You could get these from me on my auction.
Nice. Very good.
So your next coin, you said, is going to be a high relief thing from 2024. You think?
It'll probably. Well, that's one that's down the pike from the U.S. Mint that I'll be getting probably, hopefully.
What about these? Have you been getting any of these? These are the myths, Chinese myths and legends series.
I think I have one of those. I believe in gold. Yeah.
This is the dragon tiger.
Tiger. I don't have that one. The
Which
mythical
one is
creatures.
The one? Yeah, which one do you have though? Just a dragon
and Phoenix. Dragon and Phoenix.
Oh, you've got the first.
Yeah.
You gonna sell it to me?
Probably. Actually, that's a definite no.
What? You don't even have any of the others.
I know.
What's it to you?
I don't like the Pikachus either. I think that's an ugly coin. The Pikachus. I got it in silver, but
you're talking about the double P shoes?
Yeah, the P shoes or whatever that thing is.
They're so ugly.
Yeah, they're so ugly. I was like,
They're like sitting on a mountain of like the Chinese currency with the hole in the center. That looks like they're sitting on a couple of donuts. The foo dogs.
yeah, I like the double dragon. I got those, 2 of those. Those are cool. Those are sweet.
Do you have 2 of them?
Yeah,
I might have to buy one off you.
yeah, they're
I don't
pretty
know
cool
if I have
pieces.
that one. But yeah, I mean, the thing with these coins too that Sal and I are talking about, these collectible gold coins. I mean, sometimes.
And not to interrupt you, Stormy,
go ahead.
but
Go ahead.
Hi Ho Silver is here.
Oh, nice.
He does his own silver bunker bullion, but he has a whole tube of the Dragon Phoenix Air coins, where the space is it's where it's smooth there. It's not doesn't have the frosting.
Oh wow,
that's pretty cool. That's
silver.
awesome.
The silver.
Yeah, the silver ones, the air
he needs
coins.
to sell them. He should. Does Hi Ho have a channel?
Yeah, Hi Ho Silver on YouTube. You could search it up.
Yeah, so Hi Ho should do what I did and get in touch with Coin World magazine if he hasn't already. I don't know if this is like a well documented.
Oh yeah, this has been around since 2017.
Oh geez,
it was a big deal. It was a big deal
okay.
back then. Yeah, well established error. Yeah.
Was it written about in Coin World?
I think so.
Yeah.
Shiny Man says, I concur that silver's weight and volume is very voluminous to stack. I do stack mostly gold, but recently tried to get more silver to be balanced. Okay, Shiny, there you go. Yes, indeed.
Shiny is regular on my channel.
Nice.
Good to see you, Shiny.
Yes,
I'm trying
indeed.
to find this one coin as an example.
Thank you, JM Unleashed. He posted
here.
a link to Idaho Silver's channel. Appreciate that, JM Unleashed.
So those of you in the chat, if you're ever looking at buying gold, and if you see a piece kind of like what Sal has done, because Sal, you had your video, like your entire gold stack video about a month ago, correct?
Right.
And if a lot of you watched that video, you would have seen that he has a huge variation, a wide range of different collectible pieces. He doesn't just stick to eagles. He doesn't just stick to buffaloes. And I would argue that probably aside from Sal picking some of the coins that he just likes the designs of, Sal is also a very prude, a very wise and savvy, or cheap, if you want to say cheap buyer.
There you go.
And so if something's out of a certain price range, even if he likes it, he's not going to necessarily pull the trigger on it. But sometimes, like, this is just an example piece, because this is the Queen's Beast Completer coin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got that
now,
one too.
You do.
Yeah.
I don't know if you paid any attention to what it did in price.
I did. It's like over $3,000 now.
Yes.
It's insane.
And the thing is, this coin was something that was, I remember it was being sold on Hero Bullion for like well below like anything else being offered. Like Eagles were more expensive, which are just run of the mill, Britannias. And so it's like, all right, I mean, it's cheap gold. I'll buy it, whatever. So I spent like $1,800 and change.
It's about what
like
I spent for mine too. Yep.
Yeah. Now it's over $3,000.
Right.
So the point is, if you see something that you like, just buy it,
if you see something, say something.
Say something. You know it. That's the motto. If you see something, buy something.
Right. There you go. Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, let me ask you, Sal, out of all of your gold coins, right? I assume you have more than just one gold eagle.
Right.
And I'm sure you have more than one gold buffalo or whatever.
But not a whole lot of them. Not a whole lot.
So what would you say is the best gold coin to stack?
I'm liking even though even though I don't like the maple leaf effigy of the queen. Of course, that's going to be a moot point next year. But I like the Canadian maple leafs.
Just in general, do you like the older Queen Elizabeth? Do you like the long neck?
Yeah, long neck Lizzie.
Version?
Long neck Lizzie's nice, but even I like the radial lines. They have the security features and the like. So anything after 2015, I'm kind of a sucker for stacking. Plus, I like the diameter. In fact, right here, this is my pocket.
They're like they're chunkier.
Yeah, chunkier. and this is the platinum version that is a desk piece. But but I like that they're smaller, they're chunkier, more compact. And
Yes.
so if I was gonna like just stack, that would be my go-to coin to stack, I think.
I think the best bang for your buck gold coin is the Britannia.
Yeah, that's right. And you would be right. And I have gotten a number of those because they are definitely a good bang for your buck.
Another thing that I wanted to ask if you've noticed, gold buffaloes. Have you noticed over the last, I would say, 8 months to a year now, gold buffaloes have come down in price to where they are in line with gold eagles?
Oh yeah, yep, I've noticed that.
And for a very long time, they were always the more expensive gold coin.
Right.
So are you buying gold buffaloes now, or
I have some, but I am very picky about what I buy. And the gold buffaloes, a problem with them is the finning, FINNING, and that's where the metal flows. Because see, people don't realize this, but buffaloes are actually high relief coins. They're the same diameter as an eagle, but it is there's a deeper strike, and of course they're pure gold, whereas the buffaloes they have the alloy. So
no, the Eagles have
the Eagles, yeah, the Eagles. So the buffaloes, when they're struck, the metal flows to the edge and creates a sharp wire rim, and that wire rim you can shave with it, and it annoys the crap out of me. And they're struck off center too, at times.
Really?
So that's a problem with buffaloes.
I never knew any of that, and I never paid attention to that. I just buy them, and then I just put them in the capsule.
Yeah.
I just
take one out of the capsule and look at the edge pretty close.
No, because I'll probably drop it on the ground.
Right. Yeah. Let me get to another question real quick here from let's see, it's up above here. I might have missed it. Sorry. So whoever asked it, let's see here. Shadowwork, does Stormy have any bimetallic coins? I know Sal does. Do you have any bimetallic coins?
I mean, if you want to call the Gold Eagles a bimetallic coin, where it's got like 6% copper or something.
Yeah, that's an alloyed coin. I'm talking about a coin that has like platinum and gold in it, or silver and gold, or niobium and silver.
No, none of that stuff. I don't.
Yeah. I've got probably what he's referring to is I have the 2000 Library of Congress, first ever and only time the United States Mint created a bimetallic coin, a gold center and a platinum ring, and for the Library of Congress. It's a pretty cool looking coin.
Never seen it.
It sells for cheap too. Yeah, it sells for pretty cheap. I like the design of it.
I would tell what would you say to your viewers about the commemorative quarter ounce gold coins?
Yeah, those are really good. Those are good. You can find really good deals on those. Heck yeah, definitely a good way to stack. The only problem with those is that, unless they're recognizable for most, but they are actually marked. In fact, this is one right here. This is a commemorative quarter ounce. It's 0.23 ounces actually, 0.235 or something. It's close to a quarter ounce, or maybe it's 2.4. I'm not sure. Maybe the total weight's 2.4 and the gold weight's 0.23. But these are actually not marked as gold, but they are selling as bullion these days because the prices are so low on them.
So in my opinion, when it comes to the commemoratives,
yeah,
they're good to acquire weight. They're cheap, but they're also more challenging to get your money out of them when you go to sell them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of a trade-off. If you're going to buy it at
cheap prices, you're going to sell it at cheap prices.
Exactly. So you might, if you buy it for 3% over spot, you might get spot for it.
Yes.
But then again, if you buy a Silver Eagle at $10 over spot and you get $5 over spot when you go to sell it, it's kind of it just depends. The range, it just depends on the range and the percentage. You have to kind of weigh that. It gets a little risky, especially with premiums fluctuate for those things.
Have you been buying these?
Oh, yes, I have been. And I know that you are a distributor of those.
Yeah.
And so if anybody, that's pretty cool. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to the next There's 2 more in the series for the animal series.
There's 2 more, meaning after the stallion.
Yep.
Are you, and then are they going to be done?
No, they're going to go to another type of bullion gold coin. And they're also,
so no more animals. So
right,
maybe
no more
be
animals. Right.
Maybe they'll do like rocks,
right,
or like or vegetables.
Right, vegetables or trees or plants or flowers.
Yeah.
Something to spend. The only thing I don't like about those coins is, and that's a pet peeve of mine for the gold coins, is they make them the same diameter as silver coins, and they're very thin. I like a chunky gold coin. I think that's why I like the Canadian maple leaf. Chunky Cold Medina.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a song. Chunky Cold Medina. That's Funky Cold Medina. I'm sorry. By what's his name? What with Tony? He did Wild Thing. Remember that song, Wild Thing?
Yeah.
He wrote this. That was his other hit.
That was a hit?
Funky Cold Medina, but I'd say Chunky Cold Medina. Chunky Gold Medina. There we go. No one is going to get that. I think you should
just do the rest. No one's going to get it because it's not a hit.
And if anybody knows what I'm talking about, type it in the comments. I need validation. I need it.
Nobody knows what you're saying.
That's what she said.
You're gonna have 2 people.
Tone Logue, the Silver Heist got it. The Tone Logue. That's right, it was Tone Logue. Thank you, Silver Heist. I've been redeemed by Silver Heist. Yes. Tony Logue says Klaus Schwab.
And Klaus Schwab.
You will eat sea bugs and listen to Tone Logue.
I don't know what you're saying.
Sam Kinison. All right. The Gold Washington is from 1999er. That was an anniversary of the year he died. He died December 14th, 1799.
So going back to your Double Dragon gold coin.
Yeah.
You said you had 2 of them. You should sell me one of them. What do you need 2?
I just like it. I like it in case I
But you have 2.
But they kind of look good together. So it's like 4 dragons. You know what I mean? I like symmetry.
I'll remember this when you're like, hey, can you get me something on your wholesale order? You remember that time?
Yeah, I know. You might
go.
Anyways, let's see here. She gets paid to do the wild. That's right, though, that guy. See, people are chiming in. They know their stuff. They know it. All right.
Yeah, I guess you have an older...
Wedge-tailed eagle series. Yeah, what about the I like the wedge-tailed eagle series. Some designs are better than others. I like the 2020 design and I like the 2014-2015 design. But that's about it.
Yeah, you lost me when you were singing Chunky Cold Medina.
Yeah. All right, Mike D, collecting for the long-term investment. What's your opinion on uncut sheets of paper money?
So I do have some notes, not a lot. I have like 8 notes in my collection total. I have this educational note that it's ungraded. I keep this on my desk just because I love the artwork. I mean, Sal, do you have any?
I don't have any like that. I have very few large currency pieces, but I think they're kind of cool. But I think that most of the stuff that you can buy from the now Mint, because the Mint now sells them with the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, but most of it, you're not going to get a whole lot back on it. I don't know that it would be considered a good investment.
I would just say to the person that asked the question, I mean, never get into buying or collecting something until, number one, obviously you've done your research, obviously. And number 2, you have to always think, you're saying long-term, you have to think about how you are going to exit from those particular items. So it's like if you think about, Beanie Babies, right? I mean, those things were obviously...
One way to do is check eBay for completed listings to see what others have sold for. Nick says the uncut sheets sell out pretty fast, so they may not either have a whole lot in stock, but we do have breaking news, though, here. Silver Wolverine has just made a comeback.
Has he?
Yeah, he's here now. Do you want to sing it with me, Stormy? Do you want to sing it with me?
What?
You know the song.
Don't call it a
We
comeback.
all live in a
Oh, yes.
silver Wolverine.
Silver Wolverine.
There you go.
A silver Wolverine. Yes, all right. A silver Wolverine.
You got it. That's right.
I did it just for you. You didn't even have to do it. And the other thing, going back to like 4 years ago when I was reading comments for you, I remember I'm sitting there reading this guy Sal's comments for him, and I was so excited because I was like, I had 200 subscribers, and I was like on Sal's channel, and I think you had like 28,000 or something. I don't remember. But then I remember reading these long comments, and you were just chomping away on Oreo cookies.
That's right. I needed
And
a break.
I'm like thinking, wait a minute. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. I'm on this guy's channel, but I'm reading his comments. He's just snacking. The guy's just snacking on cookies and sipping his coffee. I mean, it was an honor to be on, but I'm like, why is he doing
I was
that?
using Stormy for my own selfish needs so I could snack.
It was me, and then you had a kid on there.
Oh yeah, I forgot who that was.
He was like a 14-year-old kid, stacking kid or something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
And
I haven't seen him in a while. He's probably older now. That's my guess.
He's probably like 36.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And he's probably it's probably Silver Dragons.
Yeah. Sal deploys free labor. Exactly. That's right. Exactly.
It's what it was. He had me on there. I was like all excited for the exposure, and really he's just got his feet up eating his cookies.
Why do you think for years I've been trying to get Terry79 to come on board? So
do you remember that I was the first one to have her on my channel?
Oh, did you actually
remember this?
No, she was on. She came on a live stream for somebody, but I don't think it was you. It was you?
Yes, it was.
Whoa, wow.
And it was me, and I think Doctor Who was on there.
Okay.
Do you remember that guy?
Yes, he still comes around, yes.
And Terry was on there, and I had done a whole video on it because it was like catching a unicorn.
Right, exactly. That's right. Yes, indeed. Silver Heist needs you to do my greatest hits. My name is Silver Honda, and I try to drive a blue Honda because I quote that from Silver Honda. But if you could say that in Sal's voice.
My name is Silver Honda, and I drive a blue Honda. Yes, all right.
There you go.
There you go. Okay, yes. Let's take another caller.
Now impersonate my push-ups.
Well, the first thing is I have to go over there.
That's right.
And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then come back and all right.
That's right. There you go. That's right. Yeah, Urbash, the Sal's Gal calendar was a bust, pun intended. It literally, we had sold 7 calendars, and we in fact, I had like 10 ladies booked up for it, and they all just bailed except for 3 of them. Hey, let's take a scammer call before we go here. Hello? Yes, hello? Auto dialer, waiting for it to connect. Will it connect? No, it's going to probably just, yep, it's going to just crap out.
Beep.
Beep.
Oh.
Yep.
I heard a voice.
No, it was my voice. Anyway.
It was you from the future. So Joey Lib says, will Sal ever reveal himself? I had this conversation with you.
I'm pouring out my soul and my heart right now to you. I am revealing myself. My innermost feelings.
When did I talk to you on the phone?
Probably yesterday or the day before.
I think I was saying that to you. I think I was saying to you, are you ever going to show yourself? Do you think there's more people starting to show themselves, or do you think everybody's still being pretty scared?
I think I'm surprisingly seeing some do it.
Like Florida Stacker came.
Oh, did he?
And revealed himself.
So did Hi-Ho Silver, I think.
Did he?
Just in here. I believe I saw a video with his. Yeah, I think he did.
So one of the main reasons I did it was I wanted, because you see people say, at least on YouTube, that if you show your face, that you build a better connection with the viewers. I mean, I don't know how true that is or not.
I don't need
I haven't.
Screw
connection.
connection.
So screw is it's so overrated, you know. Connection, schmanection.
Right.
I didn't see really any change in views, you know, and like you see channels like Yankee and Silver Dragons, you would argue it doesn't matter that they don't show their faces. You know what I mean? They just show their hands and coins, and that's it. So I did it because I keep wanting to be different. But I didn't notice like any uptick in views and like faster sub growth and anything like that.
Yeah, I think it just depends on the individual, you know. I mean, you're better looking than I am too, and that's going to be part of it. But anyways, but yes, indeed. So anyways, well, that's good. Well, folks, this has been a great discussion. I'm going to kick Stormy to the curb.
I'm out.
But before we do, let's take this scammer call. Hello? Always have to prioritize these. Hello?
What a
auto
bummer.
dollar. Come on now. Oh, dang it.
Bummer.
I hate that. But anyways, but thank you, Stormy. I think we've had our mission complete here.
Yep.
I think that people feel a little bit more educated about how to buy bullion for the best price and the different avenues. So make sure you check out Empire Precious Metals on YouTube and EmpirePreciousMetals.com. And thank you. It was a great discussion, sir.
Always a pleasure, my friend. And you have to come onto my channel soon.
Will do. And thank you to all of you guys for being here tonight and taking part. We've had a pretty good audience, 138 here watching now. So thank you guys. I will be back on tomorrow. And if you get a chance, check out the video I just posted about 3 very unusual places to buy gold. And yes, indeed. All right. Well, very good. Thank you guys for being here. A multitude of gratitude. I'm going to leave you with this sage piece of advice that I think will serve you well in life. And that is this: to keep your feet on the stars and keep reaching for the ground. See you tomorrow.